Okay, everybody, let's get to the Q&A for today. I've left one more of a comment up at the top, and then the second question, I'm not really sure what you're getting at. As a Christian, I was concerned not just that it was legal, but that it was ethical. This must be a continuation of some earlier message, which Donna didn't forward over to me. So if you could be so kind as to give me the background on that, I'd be more than happy to continue that dialogue. Next is from Evo. He's got a couple of comments, it looks like, and some questions in here. Isn't a broker a highly costly institution for trade with commissions and other payments? You know, most brokers that have commissions are going to have lower spreads, so your overall cost is lower. Brokers that do not have commissions, generally speaking, have larger spreads. How to choose and start a relationship with a broker. That is on the CDs, I believe, CD number 7. And then being from Portugal, isn't it better if I choose a European broker? Usually that will be true, just because U.S. brokers have much different reporting requirements, and they tend to make it very difficult for non-USA citizens to open up accounts. Not to say that it's impossible, but you'll probably find that you have a better time with a European broker. And then, of course, because your funds are in euros, you're not going to have to worry about any of the conversions back and forth between dollars and euros. Next question is, I left the link in there for the Northern Rock, the run on the bank. I did talk about this briefly yesterday. You know, a run on a bank is a serious thing. And actually, one of my trader friends, he used to trade for some Swiss banks. He reiterated to me, you know, look, this is a big thing. You know, we can't discount a run on any bank, especially a fairly large bank. I do know the Bank of England initially was playing it cool and acting like they weren't going to come in and help Northern Rock out, but now, of course, we know that they did. They did provide some liquidity. This is a very serious thing. In fact, this trader, he says, I don't like buying the pound at all because of what's going on over there with Northern Rock. And he said that the reason why is because, you know, you're not going to hear about the good news. You know, you're not going to hear about, oh, well, the depositors are happy and we've had a flood of letters and support is swelling in the community for the bank. You're only going to hear about the negative stuff, and that's what traders are going to react to. So, you know, you've got to be prepared for that. In fact, what we're looking at right now, this last little move up, again, like I was talking about yesterday, trading the breakout over here. Actually, where was it? No, it was 16. That's right. Trading the breakout of this pattern here, you know, the market spiked back down right here into the European Open and then started its way back up. So if you were up and watching this, great trade that was possible. Otherwise, you would have had to take a bit more risk. If you were entering at the 16 level, you'd have had to stop out really down below here, which would have been around 74 pips. That's pretty heavy. But you can see the market wound up moving up. But my point is that the eventual turnaround here was also very quick. So the market moved up. There were some news announcements, and the UK session probably had a lot to do with this. You can see here I was looking at taking on a little bit of a shorter term trade off of the breakout of this line. I had originally identified it on the hourly bar. You can see here. Let me take off the Fibonacci's. I was looking at the market trading into a very small pennant pattern, broke to the upside. That's what I was tracking over here, just to give you a little bit of explanation of why all those lines were on my chart. But you've got to be ready for this very fast turnaround. And as you can see, the market came right up to the top end of our resistance area here and has turned over. One clue that this might have been the case was you can see how high volume spiked up during the Fed announcement, and volume, relatively speaking, was fairly low, although there was one spike right here.